What you doing here, Freddie? What you doing, buddy? Just stalking? Okay, stalk away. Do you recognize that that's you in the mirror, Freddie? Do you know that that's you? That's a kitty? And that kitty is you? Hi Germany. Hello, good morning. Uh, Freddie has been okay, actually. He's not been too bad. Good morning, California. So, what I'm doing here today is obviously not really giving you a live stream from the kitchen. I just want to stress test this Pixel 6a. I asked for a replacement. They basically shipped me a whole new phone, put another charge on my card, and we'll see if this one does any better in terms of overheating. I don't have super high hopes for it, but we got to try it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some computer work and we're just going to let the stream run. Maybe once in a while I'll look at the chat. Happy 81st birthday, K Clock's mom. You can sue for the live stream not going as long, but I made no promises. I don't know what grounds you would be suing on. I know a few sneaky lawyers I can refer to you for the purposes of suing an innocent person who's just putting out hashtag free content on the internet. But happy Thursday. Haven't been feeling too great, but we're trying to move forward in life, and the reason why I chose the 6A over the 7 is because the 6A is cheaper. And I have been known to trash phones super quickly. So I really didn't feel like spending too much money on a phone. Yeah. Me and lawyers, I don't think we get along. Hi, India. I'm sorry this is going to be a very boring stream, but what I'm actually going to be working, so I have to go at 11:30 because I have a meeting at 11:30, but what I'm going to be doing for the next hour and a half, I guess, while we're here, is I will be going through all your questions um, for the asexuality video that I've been brainstorming about. It's not coming to me naturally. I've never really done one of these videos before where it's scripted. As you know, it's all of my content is pretty organically unfolding onto itself, and I think that's what attracts a lot of people. But I think this is a pretty interesting format and topic for me to explore, especially because I myself am pretty still uncertain about what it means to be asexual. Hi, Illinois and Colorado Springs. Um, um, yeah, it is a co-working stream. Welcome. Um, I can't think of visually what I want this video to entail. I've thought about maybe cooking something while I record voiceover for explaining and answering all those questions, but I also don't know if that fits quite well. And initially, when I thought about doing this video, my brain was like, oh yeah, just make one of those YouTube videos where it's literally just you sitting here in front of the camera and answering questions, and maybe you'll have some like slide cards or text thing done, but I don't think that's me. I don't think that's gonna work. I actually started writing stuff last night. Um, I don't know if I recommended the Ace book because I personally have not read the Ace book, so I don't know if I was the one who recommended that, but maybe somebody in the chat did. Um, Currently, what I started writing last night at 12:30 a.m. Um, is kind of like prose poetry, and it kind of organically fell into chapters. So I almost wonder if this will be like a combination of spoken word and like a spoken chapter book. Is that what they call it? Those little chapbooks. Um, but I still don't know what the visuals are. So I'll be brainstorming that. But I think it's important for me to go through all the questions that were on the community post so that I can begin to answer some of them and hopefully organize it into a coherent narrative of some sort. It would be good to see my expressions while answering the questions. Um, so, I will offer you a preview. How about that? Um, I think about that live stream too, where I tore out my old journals as I read them. I'll offer you a preview and I'll give you a choice. Currently, what I have written are different segments. I have a prologue, I have a chapter 1, I have a chapter 2, I have a chapter 3, I have a chapter 4, I have a chapter 5, I have a chapter 6, and that's where I ended. So from prologue to chapters 1 through 6, they are all different lengths. I'll offer you one of them, and I'm open to receiving feedback. And then I'm going to start working on answering these questions um, on my computer. But maybe we'll talk it out. Would you like to vote for prologue or chapters 1 through 6? And let me know which one you want to let me know which one you want to sneak peek of, and I'll read it out loud to you. Again, I wrote this last night at 12:30 a.m. until like 2 a.m. So I don't know how coherent it is. I have not read it back to myself since I wrote it last night. So let me know. Let me know how you're feeling. What you want to see. Hi, Netherlands. Ooh, prologue. Wow, unanimous. Okay, guys, you really know how to pick it because prologue is the meatiest one and it definitely gives so much away. Um, but I think the vote is for prologue. You can stop voting now. You like almost overwhelmingly prologue. Okay, prologue. You ready? Recently, someone asked me how many men I've fallen for. So I asked him how he defined that, falling in love. And he said, they feel like home, and I want to stay. It is hard for me to say how many I've loved. I've certainly pined. At age 6, I fantasized about marrying Jackie Chan, then Jet Li a few years later. I've crushed on all my life, but they didn't start to feel quite so crushing until college, where I crushed on a new boy every year, and every year it was pain, unrequited, and quite hopeless, especially the gay one in junior year. And in senior year, I kissed my crush, Weeks after he told me I could just hold his hand if I wanted to without playing that silly slapping game. And days before we said goodbye. Him back home for the summer break, and me about to graduate. I didn't like the kiss, but I did like the cuddles. Sleepy and content, and so comfortable. What felt so impossibly piercing in college feels more and more like memories now. A decade and a half later, a whole lifetime away. Just entries on a page inside a scrapbook that I flip to in my mind. I'm about to turn 34 this year. I told him we never really grow up, we grow old. The last guy who told me we were both foolish romantics sent me crawling back to therapy. I don't have it in me to be a romantic anymore, not in body, not in mind. But just because I can't have it doesn't mean I don't want it. That's the prologue. I don't know if men always want to know our number. I actually volunteer these numbers in painting a picture for them of how sexually inexperienced I might be, relatively speaking, to give them a background of, in concrete terms, what it might mean for me to be on the asexual spectrum. So, I don't know if any men has asked me for my number, actually. I think we are kind of past that point in society now where we don't really think about it that way, at least like vocally, verbally, outrightly. Maybe we still unconsciously judge people for being slutty, so to speak, but yeah. So that's where I'm starting with this video. I think it's going to not be like a cut and dry presentation. I just don't feel like it comes to me comfortably that way. It's not that it's hard for me to just film a video where I'm talking about asexuality, my experience of it, and answering people's questions in a very straightforward call and response pattern, but I'd rather do something different, you know? Freddie, are you enjoying the birdies outside? Yeah, I think he's enjoying the birdies outside. Um, so if you guys have any thoughts on what kind of visual format this could take, I would love to hear your ideas. But I'm going to go through the questions now that you left on my community page. And I guess I'll start saying them out loud and seeing where it takes us, huh? I prefaced the community post in the comment section with my own comment. I pinned it and I said, seeing comments worried about being too nosy. Please ask anything and everything you want to know, as I always reserve the ability to simply not answer those which I'm uncomfortable with. And I stick by that point. I think that is the best way to go about this. Unfortunately, I did not load replies to comments. LOL. So I will just, yeah, we're still running on only my cell phone. I did order the T-Mobile internet, and I've missed the delivery for the mechanism 2 days in a row now. Maybe I'll miss it 3 days in a row. I think YouTube is a space where, like any other platform, it becomes an echo chamber, right? And we basically, oh my gosh, guys, it's my favorite word ever. So snooty college of me, but we've reified what it means to put out a YouTube video. There has been a reification of what a YouTube thumbnail should look like, of what a YouTube video title should sound like, what it should include in the description box, what kind of music is expected in a YouTube video, what kind of format is expected in a YouTube video. But some of the best channels putting out the most intriguing content, I think, goes beyond that kind of format. But unfortunately, as our world works, um, there is only so long a period of time in which you can be innovative and different before it gets co-opted, you could say. It's kind of like when I went to like Bible school. I think he's gonna jump. Yeah, you're gonna jump. I remember going to Bible school on Sundays, and we always used to do like arts and crafts stuff. And I always used to get so mad when I would color things or like glue things together in one way, and then I would see another kid do it the exact same way. And in my heart, I would always be so grudgy about it and think and frame it in terms of, oh man, she copied me. Um, why does she have to copy me? Like, I wanted to be the only one who did that. But as I've grown older, I think there is a certain kind of pride I can take in knowing he goes crazy again, in knowing that I've created something that people want to emulate, you know? And I think a part of the joy of creating is to see where other people take it. And I think this is not in any small part due to the fact that the proliferation of social media like TikTok and Instagram copycats of like, I don't even know what you call it, but you know, when you do like side by sides, when you do um, video replies, basically, remixes, is that what they call it? I don't know what they call it. But it's basically created this way of operating in which we are trying to communicate with each other, not simultaneously, but in sequence. So I wonder if we can make something that's a little bit different and see if other people follow it, because I think we're all a little tired of the YouTube format, if you know what I'm talking about. And there is not just one YouTube format, but there are several different kinds of YouTube format, but they do get tiring after a while. I've noticed that I've stopped liking watching certain channels because they don't really stray from the formula that they know to work. And I understand it when people rely on their YouTube channel to, you know, make income. But it's kind of like when your favorite band puts out an album and literally all of the songs sound like the same song, just with slightly different hooks and lyrics, but the soul of the songs are the same. It gets a little dry and boring. So, um, oh yeah, Draw My Life videos. Yes, exactly. Um, all right, first comment. Hi, June. I'm asexual and aromantic. For me, that was largely informed by having asexual dysfunction disorder, but I'm always curious about other asexual folks' journeys and what they are seeking in partnerships. I have been with my partner for 15 years, and it's grown into a loving and supportive platonic life partnership where myself and my allosexual partner are free to explore our interests and desires with any kind of relationship with other people and support each other with that. Are you seeking something similar, or do you have romantic interest? Do you experience things like touch repulsion? Are you seeking something romantically monogamous or polyamorous? Thanks for being open to discussing this topic. As an asexual person, it feels taboo and alienating at times to even exist in a sex-driven and centered world. Taboo. I hate being taboo. Um, Jennifer in the chat says frozen. Are we frozen? Or are we still going? It's displaying as live for me. Did you just poop, Freddie? Did you just poop? Good job. Okay, yes. We love to see it. Cool. So, I know, Freddie. Got a galloping horse here. That's a photo. Smile for the camera, Freddie. What does that look like? Can you see both of us? I can't see what you're seeing. There he goes. Bye, Freddie. Okay, we're back. This is very distracting. Not a great way to work. I've been able to sleep more, for sure. The rescue remedy has been helping quite a bit. Is it banana milk or is it just a smoothie? How comfortable are you with the dichotomy of romantic and sexual? Those two things are very different for me. I definitely experience, I'm not aromantic. I definitely desire a romantic relationship. I think my relationship with desiring sex has definitely shifted over time and fluctuated. It's not been linear, and it's not been consistent. And I think that is the trickiest thing for me in terms of navigating finding a romantic partner, is that I think most people who identify as allosexual expect sex to be a regular, reliable component of the dynamic. And that's something that I don't feel confident in being able to provide and or participate in. So. What do you want, Fred? What you want, buddy? question. If you can share, what was the process of discovering your sexuality? What were the stereotypes that people have said to you when you told them you were ace?
You look so silly. You look so silly. Sorry, did I scare you? My bad. Oops.
Oh, guys. Struggling here. Scaring my cat away. Are you scared of me, Fred? Hmm? Be honest. You scared of me? Everybody's so terribly bored by this stream. Guess what? It's not for you. It's to see if Pixel made a phone that cannot burn out after going live for an hour and a half. Um, Video quality is really bad right now. Really? Interesting. Is it bad for everyone? Because I'm actually getting a fair amount of bars on my reception. So I wonder why that is. Hi, Australia. It's been going in and out. Interesting. Huh. Maybe the floor wasn't good, huh? Interesting. Okay. Next question. Actually, I didn't answer the stereotypes one. What are the stereotypes that people have said to you when you told them you were ace? I have said I love you, yes. Regarding the stereotype that people have said to you when you told them you were ace, I just wrote, the same way high school teachers told me I was too smart to want to be just a teacher. Men would say in various ways, I am not ugly enough to be ace. Sometimes I wonder how we learn to think the way we do. Next question. I recently read something about how the bi community used to consider the ace community as part of it because ace people would often label themselves as bisexual first, realizing they had the same level of physical attraction to any gender, then realizing that that level is near zero, lol, if I'm explaining that clearly enough. Did or do you identify as bi or have any confusion about that? I consider myself bi, but I know that I have an incredibly low sex drive and will basically never be the one to initiate anything. I wish you could see Fred, but you can't because I'm blocking. There he is. There's Freddy. It's not a tea kettle, it's my radiator. And that's just what my radiator sounds like. He came with the name Fred. I don't know who named him Fred. Fred will be here until the end of the week, I think. Aaron's getting his furniture delivered this weekend, and as soon as he has most of his things settled, I will return Fred to the desired parent. The chosen one, you could say. Yes, Freddy. I know you don't love me. I don't journal, not really, no. I don't see a point in journaling, but if you consider my Instagram a journal, then maybe I do journal. Next question. I consider myself demisexual, asexual, and it's so comforting to know that someone I find so cool is also in this community. How do you navigate dating and what do you look for in a partner? How do you navigate dating and what do you look for in a partner? Wonder how we define navigation, huh? Not sure if we can. Okay, here's something that I just wrote. I want what I assume you want, since we are not all so different after all. Transparency, honesty, perhaps more than most want to handle, perhaps because I hate not knowing. I'd rather grasp the ways in which you might hate me, rather than guess and fill in the blank for you. I used to hate much more of myself. These days I am trying to not be more loving, but just be more allowing. Kindness that is organic and not forced out of dictation of obligation. Does anybody else feel like in this general cultural persuasion of love, um, that you have been made to feel more inadequate because you haven't been measuring up to the degree of self-care and self-love that is now prioritized as something that is baseline? Look who's back. Look who's back. Are you bored, sir? Are you bored? You want free massages? You want free scritchies? Are you paying rent, Fred? Are you paying for any of these services? Shelter? Food? Company? Hmm? Hmm? You are the most manipulative being I have voluntarily given myself to. You got some close competition for sure, but you win. Because guess what? You're so small, I could crush you anytime I want. That power dynamic will never fade. Yes. Teeny tiny. Hey, Fred. Hey, Fred. Hey. Hey. Hey, look at me. Lame. That's amazing. Cats are the worst roommates ever sometimes. Well, I think what the problem is about like this narrative about self-love is that we've capitalized it, right? We're using self-love to now sell shit. We sell everything from healthcare in terms of therapy to like beauty products because apparently it's all self-care now, right? Next question. What was your journey to discover that you identify on the asexual spectrum? What does this identity mean to you? How can future partners support you? Well, damn, if I knew the answer to that. I'll think about that one. Next, you have a special journey, June. Love from Callie. By the way, your grocery haul and cooking video was epic. Delicious a fool. Do you think you do a cooking channel aside from your personal channel? Okay, not sure if that was a question. But I also can't read the replies right now because, oh, I've been missing out on some comments because of the way I situated my browser window. Do you think you do a cooking channel aside from your personal channel? I follow you in IG as well, and I just want to encourage you in whatever your endeavors are. Okay, well, this is my cooking channel for anyone who's still unclear about that. This is my only YouTube channel. This will probably be my only YouTube channel. It is not coherent, but it is what it is. Christian, I would just like to say that your comment might make some folks feel hurt. Your comment says, sounds like a made up term. Nobody is asexual. We all need love and affection, physical or emotional. My response to that is literally, all terms are made up. All terms are made up. Literally. So what makes the term asexual any less valid than any other term we've concocted for ourselves? All of these ideas are made up. All of these identities are made up. We just choose to support some more than we choose to support others. So I am being pretty reactive right now because your comment is, quite frankly, very inconsiderate and flat. And yeah, I know you didn't mean harm by it, but unintentional hurt was dealt. It's fine. It is a made up term, yes, but every other term is made up too. So, this is so cool. I also identify as being on the A spectrum and queer. I don't feel the need to come out because I don't want to deal with a lot of questions and notions of it's just a phase from others. But I have shared it with people who are important to me. I guess what I'd like to hear is, how important do you think it is to... Oh man, none of these comments loaded fully. Communicate? Okay. How important it is to come out about one's aceness. I don't know if it's important to come out. It's just for you. Whatever you want to do, you do. You exist for you first. Because we are all worthless human beings. So, you can believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. It is a scientific term. Guess what? Science is a really fucking violent institution. Science has been founded on a lot of abuse of environment and humans and animals and our minds and psyches. Science has been used historically to torture people and justify systematic abuse. So before we turn to science as the ultimate authority on what is right and wrong, consider what the origins of this school of thought is, and consider whether or not science is more or less valid than any other religion, any other systematic beliefs we've instilled. Sure, science is based more on data than perhaps other religions are, but data can be skewed. Data can be manipulated. Data can be cherry-picked. Statistics are more reliable than no statistics, but in that same turn, it can be altered in such a way that it is reliable in its unreliability. So, my ethos to living is always to question everything. I don't respect science in the way that some people do, because I know that science has been used for bad. And anything that has been weaponized is no longer a trustworthy institution in my book. But you do you, girl. You do you. Um, how important do you think it is to come out about one's aceness? Intersectionality of asexuality and trauma. Yeah. Definitely could be. Maybe not for everyone who's asexual, but that's the thing about talking about sexual orientation is everybody who fall under this label do not have the exact same reasons for why they fall under this label. Welcome back, Freddie. You don't have to apologize for not replying to the post. You have absolutely no obligation. It's simply a matter of whether or not you want it to, right? Folks who wanted to ask me questions to address in a video posted. That's all. It's not homework. I would like to know how you would defend yourself from the maybe something's wrong with your lady parts allegations, because I consider myself demisexual and often have to deal with that sort of situation. People have no boundaries, and I haven't found a way to easily respond without being plain rude. Interesting question. This is a laptop, not a computer. Excited to hear your perspectives, June. I'm curious if you also fall under polyamorous. Poly often gets portrayed as extremely sexual, but many asexual people are ethical non monogamists. I have a friend whom you have seen in these videos who takes particular issue with the phrase ethical non monogamy, or as you might see on dating sites, ENM. Can anybody explain or expand on why they think this friend really gets irritated by the term ethical non monogamy? I also don't think this term is. I also don't think this question is in particular relevant to my video, um, because I think this is tacking on stereotypes about polyfolk, um,